Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. As you guys can see up on the screen, today I want to talk a little bit about Sofi Technologies Incorporated. This is ticker symbol SOFI or Sofi for those of you guys that don't know. And today was an absolutely insane day for the stock. The price was obviously up 19.26%. I mean, at the very open of the day, of the trading day, Sofi was up insane, and then it just kept going higher and higher and higher. Ended up trading back down a little bit and then going right back up before close. And after hours, rolling down 0.3%. So we are heading into the weekend very, very strong. Obviously, it will be interesting to see if these gains carry over into next week. If this means we have a hot Monday, if we have a hot all of next week coming in. Some people are calling this the bottom of the dip for the entire market, or whatever. But obviously, this was not just solely SoFi. This was the whole market having a very, very good day today, with the Dow Jones being up 1.5%, the S&P being up right around 2.4%, the Nasdaq almost being up 4%, and the Russell being up 3.06%. So there was tons of green everywhere. But again, obviously the whole market wasn't up 19%. There is some SoFi specific stuff going on here, and we're going to be talking about all of that in this video today. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. And of course, as always, there's not going to be any financial advice in this video. I'm not telling you guys to buy anything. I'm not telling you guys to sell anything, nothing like that. Just going over the latest, some articles, some posts, some stories, and giving my thoughts and opinions. With that being said, let's get right into this. So first up, the big talk of the day is this overview of Proposal 5, giving the board discretionary power to reverse split. This is something that SoFi is talking about. This is something that SoFi is considering, which is very interesting and could potentially be a very, very big deal. It could potentially mean nothing at all. Could get, turned down, could get declined, whatever. But here we have this on the SoFi stock subreddit. This is a direct overview of just Proposal 5 in the filing that was released today, that somebody else put up a post about. They said SoFi invites investors to annual meeting files. Proposal 5 starts on page 31 of the filing, which is page 35 of the PDF link. Page numbers referenced here. And they say here, board powers if approved. Board can reverse split at any time for a year after the 2022 annual meeting, currently scheduled for July 12th. They can also decide to not do one at all. And the decision will be made on a number of factors, including but not limited to prevailing market conditions, existing and expected trading prices for a common stock, actual or forecasted results of operations, and the likely effect of such results on the market price of our common stock. And then the reverse split proposal is not being proposed in order to meet the requirements of any national securities exchange. We also have some of the split details. Reduce the number of shares. Pretty much the split cannot be less than 1 for 2 and cannot be more than 1 for 10. And yeah, just some other stuff going in there. It would affect issued and outstanding common stock, non-voting common stock, preferred stock, and redeemable preferred stock. It would also affect authorized but not issued of all this stock as well. It would not affect authorized but not issued redeemable preferred stock at 100 million shares. So I don't know, kind of a lot going on there. What they say though is the reasons for this is to increase the per share price of their common stock to help us appeal to a broader range of investors, to generate greater investor interest in the company and improve the perception of our common stock as an investment security. I don't really think it would even do that. Honestly, I don't think that makes a ton of sense. And the best interest of our stockholders to decrease the authorized numbers of shares of common stock, non-voting common stock, and preferred stock. And again, I guess, but I don't really think it matters that much. I don't really think it would even do, what they're giving for the reason. So I think this is kind of weird. They also say the boilerplate risk of the reverse split is it may not increase the price of our common stock over the long term, which is true. It may lead to a decrease in our overall market cap. Kind of the same thing. And may result in some stockholders owning odd lots that may be more difficult to sell or require greater transaction cost per share to sell. And I don't really see that as a big risk, but hey, I guess. So, kind of a lot going on here, and this is very, very crazy. We also have this, somebody talking about, is a reverse split worth it? Those that made it. And here's some of the companies. BKNG Priceline did the reverse split on June 16th of 2003. It was a 6-to-1, or a 1 for 6 reverse split, bringing their price to about 25.5, meaning it was $4.25 before that. The stock price jumped to almost $40 after the reverse split within 3 months of the split. After that, the stock price went down until it bottomed at $16.12. So obviously ended up quite a bit lower than where they split at, or where they split to. It remained flat for a while, and for the majority of the time until 2006, it was below the price of reverse split. In 2006, they acquired Active Hotels and they brought it back to life. It jumped up to 24.11, low on that weekend until 29.5. 5. Since that week, the stock has been shooting up. So, hey, kind of some mixed results there, I guess. BKNG is worth $2,053 per share as per close on Thursday. They are currently at more than 2 times of their price at the top of the dot-com bubble. So, it ended up working out for them, but maybe it took some time. We have Laboratory Corporation of America. They are now worth $244.64 per share. They're currently almost 5 times the price at the top of the dot-com bubble. They did their reverse split at, looks like between like $15. We have Citigroup, who did their reverse split. Their stock price was $45 on the week of the reverse split, and it was about $4 before the reverse split. And it's like 46 still there. So, they traded kind of flat. They didn't really have much movement there. So kind of interesting. I don't know. Lots of different stories. Obviously, most stocks, this is some cherry picked examples. Obviously, there's been a ton of stocks that have reverse split before. And obviously, a lot of stocks end up reverse splitting because they're doing so bad and their stock price goes way, way down. And they reverse split to get their price back under control, to get their price back up, to make it look better. So they're not, a penny stock or anything like that, or a stock that's worth like 0.0001 or... Obviously, that's an exaggeration, but things like that. So most stocks are reverse splitting because things aren't already going good. So then there's going to be, obviously, a lot of those stocks will then end up continuing to not do well. That doesn't mean that the reverse split is a reason they're not doing well, but that's probably the overall trend. But to see that there is some stocks that have reverse split and then done well, some stocks that reverse split and then traded, kind of flat, is kind of interesting. But just know, I do believe on average, most stocks that reverse split end up performing pretty poorly, just like stocks that stock split end up doing pretty well because you split when your stock's going up and you reverse split when your stock's going down. So just kind of, following the trend, that's how that makes sense. So this is going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be a big vote. Obviously, if this does happen, it'd be crazy. I don't really think it'll have that much of an impact. And I don't really think I'm in favor of them doing it. I don't really think it makes a lot of sense, but hey, the shareholders are going to decide. We're going to have to see what happens. And that will be interesting to follow. Kind of the biggest news of the day for SoFi. We have this, somebody asking if Mr. Noto bought the dip today, and somebody said yes, he bought $250,000+ worth of SoFi stock. So hey, Noto buying the dip once again, seeking alpha along the same lines. They're telling people to buy the bloodbath. This seems to be a common theme. As SoFi and the whole market have been getting beat down and beat down and beat down, it's time to buy the bloodbath, as a lot of people are saying. And hey, if you bought yesterday, obviously, you made almost 20% up today. So who knows? This could be the bottom. We could be up from here, or maybe we'll make new lows over the next couple weeks, next couple months. Who knows? It's impossible to predict these things. That's why a lot of people just like to continue buying and buying and buying into their favorite stocks and in the stocks they believe in. If SoFi is one of those for you, maybe that's something you want to consider. But yeah, that's just kind of what some people are saying and what some people are doing today. A lot of people are asking why SoFi was gapping up, and part of the reason is here. Affirm had a strong beat, which definitely helped. The overall fintech sector of the stock market. But then, yes, the whole market was up as well. You saw the NASDAQ was up almost 4%. If the NASDAQ's up 4%, SoFi is probably going to be having a good day. And then you throw in some other good news on top of that. And that's how you get a 20% day for SoFi, even though it probably doesn't make sense. But also, these stocks have been so far beat down that a lot of them are super oversold. SoFi's probably in the drastically oversold territory. So again, I think it only makes sense that they kind of bounce back. We also have this from investor.com. Here are the 3 best savings and investment apps where SoFi made it to number 1. Obviously, some good news there. We have some people asking how SoFi is going to keep up its revenue growth post 2024, looking a little bit ahead into the future. Talking about 50% growth this year, easily within reach, 50% next year, 40% in 2024. But then after that, we're going to be maybe in the mid 30s with this one. And what are they going to do? There's obviously all these different arguments and stuff. People talking about you're only looking at financial services. They're going massive expansion into Latin America. Obviously, they have Galileo. They have Technesis. They have all these different arms, all these different angles. So yes, you can't always just be a mega growth story. You're not always going to be able to grow 50% indefinitely into the future. And if SoFi does grow 50%, 40%, hey, that's a good problem to have, figuring out how you're going to maintain that level of growth. And the stock price is going to be way, way, way up from here, most likely, at least I would guess, if we do see that kind of growth even going into 2024. I think this is kind of best case scenario. And I think, like I said, I don't think people would be too upset at that point. Then we also had this, the 10 most active stocks to buy now from Yahoo Finance, where SoFi does make their list as well. We have Apple, Nvidia, Roblox, we have Ford, and then SoFi here at number 6, just coming in with some crazy volume. Obviously, this is a very, very popular retail stock, and it seems to be a stock that a lot of people are trading right now, and a lot of people are buying the dip on. That's how we have this crazy upward movement today. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Let me drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about SOFI. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, save today, and all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.